Hey everyone, welcome back. So for those who are new to my channel, hi, my name is Malika and welcome. Thank you for joining me in today's video. So today's video is going to be a declutter video. I have been wanting to do this for a very long time, and what really inspired this video is Jamie. She is a Canadian YouTuber, I believe. I've been watching her declutter video series for a very long time, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time too. And also, I just have a lot of products that I have never used or touched, and then there's a lot of expired products that I think it's time to get rid of. So I just want to quickly do a declutter of my foundation drawer. So if this is something that you are interested in, then please keep on watching. Alright guys, so I hope there's enough lighting down here for you all, because I have to move all the stuff from upstairs to downstairs. That way we can, you know, lay everything out in the open. And also let me know how the audio is, because this is my first time filming this kind of video, and I just need to get the setup right. Alright, let's go ahead and look at this one first, and then we'll look at this little basket later on. So here are where I put all my foundation, my BB, CC cream, and concealer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep everything that I'm keeping on the right hand side. Anything that unused and I need to donate, I'm gonna keep it in the middle, which most of these stuff are probably used. I have my untouched products somewhere else. I store them somewhere else, but anything that I need to get rid of, I will put it onto my left hand side. So the first two foundation are from Zoeva. This is their authentic foundation, and I wasn't sure what shade I was, so I picked up 210 neutral and 230 W warm. So I'm testing this out first, so I know that I cannot declutter this because this is a brand new purchase. So this is the keep side. I'm going to keep it on my right hand side. Next we have the Dior. This is the Dior Backstage Foundation in the color 4 Warm, and you can see how much I have used up this product right here. This is also another one of the foundation that I really like. I thought this is like a very beautiful natural finish foundation. It has excellent coverage, and a lot of people really like this. I know a lot of makeup artists actually really enjoying this foundation, and this is something that I normally wear in the summer, and I'm not sure how long the shelf life is. 12 months, so this is still good. I just bought this recently, so I'm going to keep this and use this in the summer. So that's going to be right on the right side. Next we have a drugstore foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24 hours fresh wear foundation, and mine's in the color 485. And let's see how long is this good for. So right here it says expire 9/20, so I'm assuming it's still good. I mean, it doesn't have any other shelf life, but I know I just bought this too, so something I'm going to keep because I really like this. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundation at the moment. It is a little bit on a higher price wise, like a higher price tag for a drugstore brand, but I really enjoy this. This is a super full coverage foundation, lasts all day, and this is something that I would recommend you guys check out. Next we have these two Smashbox Studio Skin Finish Foundation, and I do have two bottles. They are actually two different shades. So this one right here is half empty, and I know this one is actually old. It's in this shade 3-1, and then this one is 318. So I know I'm going to have to get rid of this one because this is like, I don't know how long I had this for. It's a very long time, and I at least use half of it, so that's not too bad. So I'm going to get rid of that. And this one is something that I just purchased recently, and it's good for 24 months, so I'm going to keep this. And this is like a great medium to full coverage foundation. It feels really nice, not cakey on the skin. Next we have a drugstore brand. This is from Joa. If my camera is focusing, yeah. So this is from Joa, and it's Truly Yours foundation, and I did pick this up to test out for you guys, but guys, I picked up the wrong color, and then when I try this, I don't really care for it. Didn't get a chance to do a review on this. I think, let's see how long this is good for. 12 months. I'm not sure if I want to keep this. I'm going to put it in this stash to get rid of at the moment, and then I'll come back later to see whether or not I really want to get rid of it. So this one is the Avon Magic One, and I do have maybe two of these. I do really enjoy this. This feels really nice on the skin. It is like a stick foundation like that. And I have two shades right here with me. I believe one is in the color Chai, and the other one is in the color Macadamia. Yeah, so I do like this too, and I just opened this recently, so it's still good, so I'm going to keep that. Alright, next we have this one right here from Tart. This is the Rainforest of the Sea concealer. I do like this concealer. It does have this giant doe foot applicator. This is a hydrating concealer, so I like to use this in a colder month, and this is like a pretty good coverage concealer, and I just opened this too, and I think it's still good, so I'm going to keep this. Next we have this one right here from Dermablend. This is their Flawless Creator foundation drop, I believe, and this one right here is in the color 45W, and I just used this a few times. I do kind of feel like indecisive for this foundation. I do like the coverage, but it is a little bit heavy. It has a lot of pigment, so for those who has, you know, very problematic skin and needs a lot of coverage, maybe give this a try. But for me, for what I need, I really didn't care for it, and it just feel a little bit heavier on the skin, so I'm going to declutter that. Oops. Next we have the Yensa Bc Foundation. This is the BBCC cream all in one tube, and mine is in the color medium golden, and this is something that I've been raving about really recently, and I did got this during the Ipsy Live in New York City in October, so not too long ago, and I've been really enjoying this for the last month and a half, almost 2 months now. It's a great, like, it's a hybrid between BB and CC cream, and it definitely have more coverage compared to BB or CC cream. It is supposed to be a full coverage, but I would say this is a medium buildable full coverage. You don't get full coverage in first application, you just have to build it to the second layer and you get full coverage. But I really like this, and this have SPF 40, and this is one of my current staple. Next one we have this one right here from El Maquillage, and mine is in the color 155, and I kind of like this, but I feel like it's also a little bit heavy on the skin, and the color match, at least the one that I choose, wasn't really my right shade. It is really dark. Even in the summer, I feel like it's still too dark for me, and it's too yellow for my liking, so for that reason I'm going to get rid of this. But this is a really good full coverage foundation as well, and I know they have this like major marketing thing that you can try out the foundation before you purchase it, so maybe give that a try. Alright, up next we have the Bare Mineral Bare Pro foundation, and mine's in the color 19 Toffee. This is a really good foundation also. I'm currently testing this out with the Zoeva foundation. So far so good, so I keep you guys posted, and for that reason I'm going to keep it for now. Next we have a bunch of this Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer, and I actually have 3 shades right here, and you guys can see that I like this. This is why I have multiple shades of this. This is something that I like to use on a day that I don't even wear foundation, and I just use concealer to cover up. This is a super hydrating concealer, so it's great for under eye if you have like super dry under eye, and then you can use this all over your face if you want to use this as instead of foundation. This is great. So I have keep 2 lighter shades for concealer and 1 darker shade for contour, and I'm going to keep these because this is something that I use typically. Sticking with the Too Faced brand, we have 2 of the Born This Way foundation. I have not reached out for this in a really long time, and I have the feeling that they might be bad by now. Yeah, they're only good for 12 months, and I had the shade Honey and Sand, so I'm going to declutter this because I really don't want to break out from my foundation, and for that reason I'm going to keep it. I mean, get rid of it. Next we have this one right here, Anastasia Beverly Hills the Stick Foundation, and mine's in the color Almond, and it's just like that. I really didn't care for this foundation. It is a little bit too dry for my liking, and it just, I don't know, I feel like it's just a little bit too heavy, and I keep it around because I thought I'm gonna use it maybe for something else, but I never got a chance to do that, so I'm just going to get rid of this. So yeah. Okay. Next we have the Givenchy Matisse Velvet Foundation, and I only use a little bit of this foundation. I really like the coverage, and it feels super hydrating, so this is like a very hydrating foundation. So beware, if you have oily skin, it might look greasy on your skin depending on what primer you use. For me, it looks fine. I would avoid using this in the summer if you do have oily skin though. I haven't used this much just because the color that I choose was a little bit too dark for me, and I just haven't really gotten that tan in the summer, last summer at least, and I have not used this at all, and I feel like this is only good for a certain amount of time. So for that reason I think I'm going to just get rid of it. So I found a missing highlighter that I've been looking for. This is the Marc Jacob highlighter, and this is in the color Do You, and I've been searching for this for the longest time. I thought I lost it, and I found it in my foundation stash, so I'm going to keep this. We have the Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD foundation, and this one right here have not been touched in years. Maybe it's start to separate, you can tell right there. Haven't even used it that much, and it's also only good for 12 months, so I'm going to get rid of it. I couldn't remember whether or not I like that foundation anyway. So next we have a Marc Jacob foundation, and so this one is their Remarkable foundation, I believe. Yeah, and mine's in the shade 52, this one right here. This is a super full coverage foundation, and this is really reminds me of, like, the formula wise it's really similar to the Dermablend. You only need like 2 drops of this and it's covered the whole face. I haven't been using this in a while just because when I feel like when my skin had texture and a lot of acne, like bumps and stuff, this really emphasized that. So if you have like a lot of bumps and texture on your skin, this is not a good foundation for you. But if you have like really nice skin but you have a lot of acne scar that you need to cover, but you know your skin's super nice and smooth, this is super great coverage foundation for you to use. I haven't been using this in a while. Maybe I'll keep this for now because I really like the packaging. We'll see if I use this. Next we have a drugstore brand. This is from Covergirl. Come on. So this is the Covergirl Trublend Matte Matte Foundation, and mine's in the color T30. This is another favorite of mine from the drugstore, so I'm going to keep this. This is like a great medium to full coverage foundation too, and they have like, I believe, 40 shades of this, so great shade range. Covergirl, all the power to you, and they just went cruelty free last year, so great cruelty-free drugstore brand foundation. Give this a try. Okay, my camera battery gonna die pretty soon, so I'm gonna do this pretty quickly, just run through this, that way we don't have an hour-long video. So next one right here is Fiona Styles. This is the Luminous Finish Foundation, and I had this for a very long time. The shade that I picked up is 09, and this is a little bit too dark for me, and I haven't been reaching for this, but it is a really good luminous foundation, and I know Carly Bible really enjoy this foundation. I do know Ulta used to carry them and then they stopped carrying them. I'm not sure if the brands is still, you know, available to purchase, but I will leave the links down below if they are. But I'm not going to keep that. This two right here is from Wet n Wild. This is another great drugstore foundation. A lot of people probably seen this feature in many Insta story, I guess, or Instagram videos. They really like this. I do think this is a great full coverage foundation from the drugstore too. Of all the drugstore brands foundation that I have, this is the cheapest. Give this a try. I really like this. I'm not sure how many shades they come in, but definitely check this out. And I'm actually going to just keep one. Let's see which one I am. I feel like this is the older one, so I'm going to get rid of that and just keep this one right here. Next we have a brand new foundation, for me at least. I've been trying this one out. This is the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation from Urban Decay, and the one I'm trying out in the color 51W. So I'm keeping this. This is what I'm testing out right now. And then this one right here is the Benefit Hello Happy Foundation in the color 6. And I use this from time to time. I do like this foundation for the first 3 or 4 hours of wear, and then after that it's kind of start to break down. So this is something that I wear for a short period of time. I'm going to try to use this up because, you know, we want to use up all the products, and for that reason I'm going to keep it. Next, Marc Jacob foundation. This is their, I don't remember what's the name of this, and my camera doesn't want to focus. That is. This is their Shameless foundation, and mine's in the color medium Y390, and I used this up all whole summer and I really enjoy this. So I'm going to keep this and see if I can use this up. I love the packaging, by the way. Next we have the Beca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream, and you guys probably noticed this is still in the old packaging. I know they just repackage all their Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. So this is in the old packaging, and I know this is quite old, so I'm going to get rid of it. It is a really good foundation also. I do enjoy this when I used it, and this is my summer shade. So I'm just gonna get rid of it now. Next, this one right here is from Rodan and Field. This is their Radiant Defense. This is more like a tinted moisturizer in my opinion. Super light, skin-like finish, and it's best applied with your fingers. And I do enjoy this, and I use this in the summer. So for that reason, I'm going to keep it. Up next we have this CC cream or BB cream right here from Arborian, and I do really enjoy this in the summer. And I think this is quite old though. This is only good for 6 months, and I know I have this longer than 6 months, so I'm going to get rid of it. Next we have the Pure Cosmetic Bare It All foundation. Didn't really like this, feel too heavy on the skin. The color match is not that great to me, and for that reason is out. Next we have the Cover FX Natural Finish Oil Free Foundation. To be quite honest, I couldn't remember whether or not I like this, but I can tell you this is probably 2 or 3 years old foundation, because I got this when I went to Generation Beauty like a long time ago. So I'm just going to get rid of it because I haven't used it right till this moment, so I'm not going to use it now. Alright, we have two tinted moisturizer from Derma E, and this one right here in the color, I believe, is there a color somewhere right here? Oh, right here, I have tan and medium, and I really tried this tinted moisturizer, and I thought it would be good for me, but I really didn't care for it. I know they come in 6 shades. Maybe I'll give this to someone else and see if they like it. One is brand new, I believe, and the other one I just opened to swatch this or try it on my face once, and I just didn't really care for it. So maybe I'll keep it in the middle. Maybe a friend of mine would want to try that out. Alright, I hope this is not too dark. I had to recharge my phone, my camera, and right now it's around 6 o'clock. Justin's watching football game right now, and so in case you hear something in the background, that's him watching the TV. Okay, so we're down to the powder and the cushion. So this one right here is from Laneige, and this is their BB cream BB cushion, and this is a limited packaging, so I'm keeping that for the packaging itself. So the products in here, I believe it's a little bit too old, so I can't use this, and I would probably get rid of it if it wasn't because of the limited packaging. So I'm going to keep this because what I can do is just replace the cushion itself and still keep the packaging. So that's on my to keep pile. And then here we got a powder from Covergirl. Actually 2 powder from Covergirl. So this is one of the powder and this is another powder. They're both foundation powder. I don't think I like this one, so I think I'm going to get rid of this. And I like this one right here, so I'm going to keep this. Next we have another cushion. This one is from Maybelline. I actually don't like this cushion at all. This is like, I don't know, it's just weird, and the color wasn't matching me at all, so I'm going to get rid of this. We're down to the last 2, looks like. No, there's another powder in my basket right here. So we're down to 3 actually. So these 2 right here are the Bare Mineral Bare Pro powder, and I do have them in 2 shades. One's in Toffee 19 and the other one's Sable 21. I'm going to keep them both because I like them, and one is my winter color and one is my summer shade. Last but not least, we have the this is a Tarte, and it's, you can see the camera right there, but this is a Tarte Double Duty foundation, I believe. I have the liquid foundation that goes with this, but I got rid of it because it was old. Same thing with this, is quite old, so I'm going to toss it. This is a really good powder, by the way. It's a Tan Honey. I'm not sure if Tarte still make this product. It's probably at least 3 or 4 years old, so I'm going to toss this. Right, let's go ahead and check out this area right here. I'm going to push it to the side because my camera having a hard time focusing. Okay, so this first one right here is from Julep. This is their Cushion Complexion Concealer, and I do like the packaging of this, but unfortunately the color itself was a little bit too yellow for my liking, like a little bit too deep for my complexion. Even when I'm really tan, this is like still a little bit too deep. So for that reason, I'm going to get rid of it. I don't know if they still make this, but this is a pretty good concealer cushion, I guess. And it's not focusing, so I'm just gonna toss that away. Next we have this 2 Nars Creamy Concealer. I'm going to keep them both. One is for my winter shade and one's for my summer shade. This is one of my favorite concealer. I'm going to keep them. This one right here is also one of my favorite. This is the Infallible Full Wear Concealer from L'Oreal. I like this to go with the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. I like to wear them both together. This is a really good dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, I want to say, and the applicator itself really looks similar to the Tarte Shape Tape because it has the doe foot, as you can see right there, a giant doe foot. So I really like this, so this is my keep. Speaking of Tarte Shape Tape, so here are the 2 that I have on hand. One's in the color tan, one in the color medium. One is my exact match color, which is a tan shade, and then the medium, I like to use this under my eyes, so this is my to keep. This is actually brand new tubes, I think. Right, another good dupe to the Tarte Shape Tapes are the Covergirls Trublend Undercover Concealers, and I actually have them in 3 shades, and here they are. So here they are, the 3 shades that I own. I do think they are very comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape, and formula wise it's pretty good, and I'm so impressed with Covergirl. And like I said, they just went cruelty free, so this is just like another good dupe if you want to save some money and spend money on something else instead of concealer, because I know people go through concealer very quickly. So I have 3 shades right here. One is for my under eyes and the other one is my skin tone shade right here, and then the deeper one I use that to contour and shade with. So I'm keeping all 3. This next one right here is my Born This Way concealer. This is actually a sister to the other Born This Way. Not Born This Way. Is it from the same line? Yeah. So this one right here, the Multi Sculpting Concealer, is what came after this. So this is its predecessor, and you can see it's pretty busted. I had to tape this to close it because the bottle kind of broke on me, and I believe this is quite old, so I'm going to toss it. Up next we have the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. This is something that Urban Decay sent me along with that foundation that I mentioned earlier. This is really good full coverage concealer. I've been liking this, and I'm still testing this out to give you guys a full review on this. But I do say that this is a drier concealer, so if I use this, I need to make sure that my under eyes is properly hydrates before I use this. So I like to use a hydrating primer with this, along with the foundation itself. It needs a hydrating primer, so that's my to keep. I'm going to keep that. Alright, so this one right here is the Full Spectrum concealer from Covergirl. I'm not going to keep this because I hate this actually, so that's go in the trash bin. Right, so this one right here is the Charlotte Tilbury Mini Eye One, I think. Mini Miracle Eye One. So mine is in the shade number 2. Actually not my shade, they sent this to me, and this is like a kind of strange product in my opinion. It's a dual-ended product, so one side you get the eye cream, the other side you get the concealer. The concealer itself is so messy, I had to clean up this area before I show you guys because the concealer just kind of leaks through. So this is something that I'm not going to keep actually. I find no use from this, and it doesn't do much to me personally, so kind of like glad that I didn't buy this with my own money, so I'm just going to toss that. Up next we have the Laneige Cushion Concealer. This is something that I was hoping that I would like because it's such a nice cool packaging, and I'm keeping this around because I'm just having a hard time getting rid of this. But it's not something that I like, so for this reason I'm going to toss it. Just and say I'm talking smash about brand right now, but I'm not. I mean, I keep a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to get rid of a bunch of stuff. Alright, well...
Smash? Are you talking smash?
Yeah. Smack. Justin's making fun of me at the moment. Alright, so we're up to the last bit of things in here. So we got a bunch of these concealer things from LA Girl. There's a bunch of concealer along with a color corrector, and again my camera does not want to focus, so here it is. So we got the LA Girl concealer and color corrector. So I have the orange shade, and then I have the lighter shade for my concealer, and the orange is for dark circle corrector, and then we got some darker shade to contour with, and then another lighter shade, and I actually like these, so I'm going to keep them. So I have 3 of these Revolution concealer, and I've heard a lot of raves about these. People saying they are like really good compared to the Tarte Shape Tape, so I got 3 shades, and this one's a lighter shade, darker shade to contour, and then my skin tone shade. I don't remember what my thought on these, so maybe I'll keep it to see whether or not I like them and then toss it after that, so I'm going to do that. two of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circle concealer. I don't know why I have two, but I do really enjoy this concealer. But I do know that they are quite old too, and for that reason I'm going to toss them. But this is one of my favorite drugstore concealer. And concealer and me, like, I rarely use concealer, so I wonder why I have so much. Right, we've got a few more odds and ends in here. So this one right here from Sun and Park, this is a concealer, and it is a Korean brand, so their shade range is super limited, and this is the darkest shade, and look how freaking light this is. I just want to see how this concealer works. I actually quite like it, but the color match wise it's so light, so I use this in combination with a darker shade concealer for my under eyes. So this is good though. And then we have a few color corrector and one concealer in here. So this one right here is the Glossier Stretch Concealer in the color Dark 30. I actually like to use this in the summer when I don't wear any foundation or anything. This is just spot conceal, so I do enjoy this. I still have a bunch left, so I'm going to see if I can use it all up. I know it's quite old and there's no shelf life on this, so I'm going to try to use this up. Next we have the Beca Under Eye Correcting Color Corrector. I guess this is a brightener, and I do enjoy this. I really like this. This is brand new, so I'm going to keep it. And then last but not least, we have the Jane Orndale. I believe that's how you say it. This is actually a eyeshadow primer, and I'm not sure why it's in the concealer tray, so I'm going to keep this because I like to use this as an eyeshadow primer. Alright, down to the last bit, guys. Oh, this video going to be so long once I edit it. Okay, so we got the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in the color Mahogany. I'm not sure why I keep this around. This is obviously not my shade. Maybe I was hoping to contour this with. It's still brand new in package, so I'm going to donate this. Next we have another color corrector. This is from Covergirl, and this is the yellow, green, and purple corrector, and I couldn't remember whether or not I like this, so I'm gonna keep it for now. I'll make my decision on this later on. So we'll put it in here. Right here we got the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. Didn't really care for this foundation. The color match wasn't that great, and I used it a few times. I just don't care for it, so I'm going to just chuck it. This one right here, another favorite foundation of mine. This is from Urban Decay. It's their all-nighter foundation, and I'm actually used this up quite a bit, so I'm going to keep this. This is my summer shade though, so hopefully I get to use this in the next summer, so I'm going to keep this. And I actually have a review on this up, so if you guys want to watch that, I'll have the card for you. Hey, that's where it is. I thought I have two of these things. So this is the Rodan Feel Radiant Defensor, or Radiant Defense. So this is another one of the one that we talked about previously that I'm keeping. So I have two shades, one's for my summer and one for my winter, and then sometimes I like to mix the two together, so I'm keeping these. These are pretty new. Looks like I have a backup of my Tart Shape Tape. Ooh, I found a treasure, so I'm going to keep that. What is this? This is my Laneige cushion. Remember how I told you guys the compact itself was the limited edition packaging? So what you can do is you buy a refill like this, and then you fill it up in the new compact, or the limited edition compact that I have. You just pop this on and you're good to go. This is actually not my shade. This is a much lighter shade, so I'm going to get rid of it. Almost at the end. We got another color corrector. This is from Wet n Wild. Almost the same color scheme. We have the purple, green, and yellow, and white. So purple is just brightening, green is cancel out any redness, yellow is just brightening, conceal also. I'm not sure what the white is for, but we'll find use for this, so I'm going to keep this. And I think the rest of the products are all color corrector. This is the green one. This is from LA Girl that we talked about earlier, so I'm going to keep this because I actually like the products and it's very affordable. And we have another green corrector from Essence. Not sure how I feel about this. I couldn't remember, but if I haven't thought about it in a very long time, I probably hate it, so I'm going to chuck it. And then we have another set concealer from ColourPop. This looks very sad. Looks like I haven't been touched in a while. Start to separate. But I do like that concealer. Why do I have my hair in here? I do enjoy that concealer, so I'm going to keep this and try to use this up. And then we have a mini size of the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation that I tossed earlier. Not sure what shade this is. Let's open it up. Oh, it looks like it is a deeper shade, so I probably was keeping this to contour it with. So for that reason, I'm going to keep it because it looks like it's haven't been touched. It's like brand new, so we'll keep that for now. Second to last product. This is the Essence Say No to Dark Circle. So this is a pink shade, so it's for dark circle. For the same reason, I don't think I like the green one, so I don't think I like the pink one either because I haven't used it in a while, so I'm gonna chuck it. Then last but not least, we have the Beca concealer. This is their Aqua Luminous Protecting Concealer, and I do enjoy this. This is my skin tone concealer, so I like to use this to spot conceal on a day that I don't wear any foundation, and I'm going to keep this. Alright guys, that is all. Let me put everything together and show you guys all the products that I'm keeping. Ta-da! This is much more easy to manage. I have made space for more foundation right here because I know I can fill this space up. That's my concealer and the foundation that's too long to fit standing up, and then my powder foundation. So that is it guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, don't forget to give this video thumbs up, subscribe to my channel of course, and follow me on Instagram at Simply Savon, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.